Hello everybody, this is Multi-Holsters coming at you, and today I wanted to come at you with an instructional video. A lot of people have been asking me, a couple of the do-it-yourself crowd have been asking me how I get my integrated belt loops cut into my Kydex, and it comes out pretty decent, it's pretty consistent, and just want to go over real quickly how I do that. And if you see what I do, and if you have a better way, please let us know. I think a lot of us are always looking for an easier, quicker way to do it. Basically, this holster is pretty much ready to be cut, and I made my marks as to where I want my belt loops to go. Basically, I give between this distance and the top of the belt loop, I give 5/8 of an inch. Of course, you know, you making your own, you can pretty much do however you want. What I try to do is I try to line up my eyelets or my rivets with the belt loop so it looks all nice and neat. And that's basically where I want my my eyelets to be, pinching it together. You can see my edges, you can't even see a seam in there. It holds it together very, very tightly. The other thing that I do is you always want to make sure that you heat the Kydex and you bend it. You roll it first before you do any cutting. Reason being is you have two pieces of Kydex, and when you roll it, they may tend to shift. So heat it up, do your bend first. Obviously put my eyelets in first and then bend it, and then let it cool. And then that way it sand it smooth and whatnot, and let it do its shifting, you know, before you cut it. What you're going to need, one of the biggest things that I use, the most helpful tools, is a good old Dremel tool. This one here is the cord one, and I do have a couple of the cordless ones to help the finishing. I'll bring those in just a minute. But you know, this way I'm not without power with a corded Dremel. Now the diameter that I make these is 3/8 of an inch. So I use a brad point drill bit, 3/8 of an inch, and basically make the holes. I'll show you that in a second. We'll get there in a second. I'm just trying to tell you what you're going to need. The other thing that I have is this is 3/8 of an inch also. These are equal. And you'll see how that comes into play in just a few moments here. But this is a grinding stone, basically for sharpening tools and that kind of thing. Also in the Dremel section of your hardware store. And what I cut also, what I find is like a chainsaw sharpening stone. Works really well for cutting the Kydex, and we'll see that in just a moment. But first, like I say, the first thing you got to do is obviously mark out your belt loop location. That's step number one. You're going to have to bear with me here. I am going to try to manipulate the camera and do the cutting and whatnot. Basically what I do is, if you can see my pencil marks, I try to line up the bit so it's right in the center of the loop, and the rounded part of the bit won't go past this upper part of the line, if that makes sense. So let's see if I can do this. Okay, that's one. And this is also, I should mention, this is also for 1.5 inches. You know, obviously on my order form, this person specified they want 1.5 inch belt loops, and just FYI, I always make my belt loops 1/8 of an inch plus whatever the belt size is. So if you have a true 1.5 inch belt, I make the belt loops 1 5/8. Same thing goes for 1 3/4. My 1 3/4, 1 7/8, 1 1/4, 1 3/8. I'm sure you get the picture. And let's do hole number 2. Now, you can see we got two pretty decent holes. The nice thing about that is it creates the upper and the lower half circle of the belt loop. So next, I actually have to be sitting down doing this, so you're going to have to bear with me here. Don't mind the mess, mate hasn't been in yet. Now basically what I'm doing, I just followed the lines. Obviously I got to hold the Dremel with my knees. It's the best way that I've learned how to do it. And that's kind of like the rough cutout of what you get. And I just follow the lines. Change the bit. Oh, let me get a pair of pliers here. Change the bit from the sharpening stone to the 3/8 wide stone, and basically what this does is it helps clean up and straighten out the lines, and when you get inside the belt loop, it actually follows the line pretty good. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to practice it a couple times, but works out pretty well. Now what that does, it gives an even 3/8 of an inch all the way around. You don't want to do it too much, you just want to take off the little burrs that were on the side. Because obviously we know that our drill bit made the 3/8 inch hole, and you know, I follow it around, and that's pretty much it. Then I take my Dremel with my small drum, clean it up. Take some hand sandpaper, knock down the edge so it's not real sharp, so when you put a belt through it, it's not going to cut up your belt. And that's pretty much it. Pretty simple stuff. I think so. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please give me a shout. I am at Multi-Holsters, www.multiholsters.com, or my email address is multiholsters@yahoo.com. Till next time, thanks for watching, and shoot straight.